But what we're talking about now is if you look at the statistics, right? The majority of people, of boomers, are starting to act this way.
In my heart.
I don't have any proof, obviously,
in my heart,
but in my heart, I believe they're buying it. And look, I'm not saying I do believe a lot of them are being manipulated. I do believe that it's super easy to manipulate these people. I really think it's very, very simple to do that. I think that you make commercials like this and you go, wouldn't you rather be on a cruise than see your grandchildren?
I don't have enough conclusive evidence.
Like, you know, it's what's, and it should be called out. This stuff should be called out every time we see it. That's always been young people saying, hey, you fucking old guy, you loser, the Woodstock, you know, you shave those sideburns. That's a haircut I could set my watch to. That's been going on since the beginning of time. So to pretend like this is some new phenomenon isn't really true. Now it's young people going, are we really not getting an inheritance? Wait, not only are you not leaving us anything, you're actually leaving us debt? You're lying. Now you're lying.
We just showed you something that's happening now.
No.
We're pointing out that these boomers are susceptible to these fucking tricks. Like, we're telling you what's going on here. We're observing something. I'd like to see some data on that. I don't believe that's true. Regular basis.
If you are a boomer watching this, right? Because we have some boomer fans. If you are a baby boomer and you're a fan watching this, instead of getting mad at us, how about don't be them?
It's easy.
That's the easy. Like, you could get mad at us, or you could go, I'm not going to be these people. I refuse to be these people.
Don't fucking tell me what to do. Ever.
Yeah.
But don't cap off a low IQ take by calling us low IQ, because that's pretty ridiculous. Like, and your thing is to give us some kind of like paraphrased quick rundown of something and how you fucking, you know, and how you took it. Come on, dude.
Look, obviously we're speaking in generalizations. I'm sure that not every boomer that's ever lived did that, right? I even brought up my family's a little different. My family was, even to this day, is still very, you know, don't worry, we're going to help you out. You know, we're here for you, and that's how we are.
That shit made me so fucking, like,
I knew it was
like
going to make you
viscerally angry. You know what I mean? Like just on a profound level.
Now, I wasn't expecting to have to discuss the topic of boomers at this point. I was hoping to cover it in the future in more depth if time permitted. But ROTC makes a lot of disparaging comments about boomers, usually revolving around the concept that they sold out to the corporates and all these reverse mortgages and destroyed intergenerational wealth transfer and pushed up house prices. A lot of these very low rent, oversimplistic normie takes. They provide no anecdotal or factual evidence, and the whole thing is fairly cringe. Why are they like this? Good question. It's hard to work out for Royce because he seems to always have enjoyed good financial support from his family, and even suggested quite strongly that they helped him buy the property that they all live in. I think his hatred of boomers is more out of solidarity for Mersh, whose hatred of boomers borders on deranged. It also helps deflect from the lack of a financial achievement in their lives so far. As for Mersh, it's a lot more predictable and easy to explain. He has an extremely strong anti-boomer sentiment. The reason for this is clear to me. He is lashing out at his dissatisfaction of his boomer parents, an absentee father and a mother who tried hard but probably fell short. As a result, I think he feels that there was not enough financial support for him coming through, and that makes him insanely angry because it reduces his credibility in the eyes of his listeners, because of the fact that at 37 years of age he doesn't seem to have a lot of material things to show for his life thus far. So he pushes this narrative that it's all boomers who leave nothing to their kids. Now, we know this is not true, and that the boomer generation will set a record for the amount of intergenerational wealth transfer to future generations. But this doesn't fit Mersh's world, so he needs to invent a narrative that the reason at 37 he needs to be sleeping on Royce's couch is it's because the boomers' fault, because they all went out and got reverse mortgages and sold out to the corporates, pushed house prices up, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so it's not his fault, it's everyone else's fault. When you think about it, What better way to deflect attention from yourself than to discredit the whole of the previous generation? Mersh's narcissism requires that his dissatisfaction of his boomer parents should be projected onto all boomers. Then if everyone hates boomers, he's not going to look or feel as much of the outlier that he currently is. It's kind of clever, but at the same time inherently evil, and only people with a fairly modest intellect will ever fall for it.
Talking about somebody accusing somebody without any evidence of something, but even if they don't have evidence, as long as it's like The Simpsons, conjecture's all you need. But yes, of course, we're speaking of generalizations. That's how it goes.